Okay, I think we're in business. So today we are going to be flying across northern India as the next leg of my round the world trip in Flight Simulator 2024. We're running Say Intentions in the background, which is providing aircraft in the airspaces around us. We're going to be flying VFR all the way, so it should be good fun. Okay, so we're on the ground with the DHC2 Beaver, the one that comes with the simulator. It's in Kenmore colours, so if we do talk to air traffic services along the way, we'll be using the call sign Kenmore Kilo Alpha, I guess. We'll see how we get on. So first things first, let's go and get some fuel into the aeroplane. So open the EFB, fill it right up. We're going a long way today. So load aircraft, load immediately, and go and jump inside, and we'll see about getting the airplane up and running. Then let's see what I've got set up on controls. So propeller is good. We need to go rich mixture. So it's a bit worrying that the controls are not rendering. Now this is a Flight Simulator 2024 issue, which will hopefully correct itself. There they go. It's just streaming it in. Okay. So I have to go and remember now how to start this aeroplane up. Okay, that's locked. That's good. We're on the center tank at the moment. We've got the magnetos here. So master battery switch on. Alternators on, beacon light on. We don't need strobe until we get to the runway, so nav light we can put on as well while we're here. It's a bit second hand, isn't it, this aeroplane? So both mags 2 on, and okay, do we need the fuel boost? Let's go and find out. Crank the throttle open. That sounds a bit better. Okay, so calibrate the altimeter. So we're at 400 feet above sea level. Oh no, we're at 5,400. Was that no? I'm just trying to read this. So 500 and... Let me just go and check this, because some of these are a little bit odd. So, elevation, 5,400, yeah, it was right the first time. 5,400 feet, and that's obviously the tens of thousands. Okay, so you can see the, it's quite cold in this aeroplane, everything rattles. We can lock the clutches on these to stop them wobbling around. Well, that's the plan anyway. Let's go and turn the radios on. And we'll also make use of the tablet today, so we will pull open the flight plan. Now, I've got a flight plan in here. So if I go and... So here's our basic flight plan for the day. We're going to be online for several hours. To do this, we're going to fly in and out of the mountains just to make it interesting. So if I go and copy the route into the clipboard, and then we go to, we're going to use a trick here, planner.flightsimulator.com, and then we're going to go and paste our route, and we'll modify it slightly from what's in here and save that. So it doesn't know all of the waypoints, unfortunately. Failed to parse OPRT, VI64 and VARD. But it's better than nothing, if that makes sense. I wonder if we could get this to give us it in just the coordinates. Okay, there's a way of doing this. I'll show you a trick. So when you get this problem where you can't quite get the route right, we'll go add a position. And we'll delete that. We're going to undo this again afterwards, but Then add a position and delete that, if it will let us. Delete from the flight plan. Add position. Delete. We're actually going to the airport here, aren't we? So add position and delete. We don't really care about the VOR. Delete. These are just the airports we're going to be doing touch and goes at. So add position. The trick we're doing here is we're going to end up with just the coordinates, which will work in the flight plan. Add position. So the problem is the Lufthansa systems database doesn't have all of the airports or all of the navaids in it. It's a bit of a pain. So this is a workaround. So then add position and delete. And if we go to OPRT and add position and delete, let's see if it will work. Flight plan, copy it to the clipboard, then paste this in here without that on the front, save. There we go. So obviously it doesn't know what the places are, but we don't care. All we want is the line to show up on the map. So then we save that flight plan and we say from Rawalakot to, now where was it to? If we go control Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z Z, there we go, Nainital. Save new plan. Okay, then you should be able to come in here and go to the route and load it from the web. Rawalakot to Nainital, and then we come back out of here and we have magically got our route on the tablet in the aeroplane. Okay, so there's a bit of a hack for you. Okay, aeroplane's warmed up. Let's go and check fuel meters are working. So we've got the 3 fuel levels in here. So front, rear and center tanks. Everything's warmed up. Transponder is on. We should be good to go. Should put the instrument lights on. I don't think it's going to make much difference in the daytime, is it? Okay. It's quite a simple aeroplane. Head tracking on. Oh, we need to go and jump outside quickly. I almost forgot this is one of the default simulator aircraft, so it has all the tie downs and everything set up. Or famous last words, of course. So, do we have to get super close to them or something? Oh, okay. That one does both of those. Take the pitot covers off. Is there anything else they've hidden around the aeroplane we need to go and remove? Nope. So shift and C. And do we have any radio coverage here? So common traffic advisory, center, radio check, ramp and skyups. So we're just going to go to common traffic advisory frequency and minimize, say, intentions out of the way. So it's not a controlled airfield, even though Flight Simulator has built a control tower here out of nowhere. Let's go and see about turning around on the grass. So which way is the wind today? 1 knot. It's going to make no difference. So we're going to go for runway 01. Whoa! Should we start the engine again? A bit twitchy today. And we're up. Circle a little bit just to climb out of these hills, and then we'll set the autopilot and we'll be off on our way. What I will do is go and put the tour guide on. Well, I won't put it on just yet. That's the way we're going. So I'm on the Southeast Asia multiplayer server. I think I've got multiplayer switched on. I'll go check. So if I go to settings and online, and multiplayer is on. So you should be able to see me in the simulator if you wish to join in. I'm going to go and put transmitter on as well. So disconnect, call sign. What were we again? Let me go check. N900KA. Just so other people can see me on the map though, I'm just going to put in John Beckett. Connect. Because that's the name they'll see as within the simulator. Let's just trim the airplane out. Get the mixture leaned out. See, there's an immediate comment in the live stream that X-Plane is better. They are both good simulators. They both have their pluses and minuses, and I'm not going to get into the argument. I've got both. I enjoy both. So Stevie says, morning everybody from the sunny Tenerife Canary Islands. Good morning, Canary Islands. Okay, let's get the autopilot set up. Turn air tracking off for a moment. Get the compass pointing in the right direction. Bring the heading bug round. Hold, heading, hold, and we're good to go. So let's have a look on the map and see where we are at the moment. Just coming across our track, so we need to turn to 35 degrees, which we can do easily enough now. Sorry, 135 degrees. And then we can enjoy the route. Okay, so now we are on our way. Like I said, this is going to take a long time today because it's a fairly long route and we can't go very fast. This aeroplane is cruising along at about, oh, it's actually not too bad, look, 140 knots. So it's not going to take that long. So we've got RPM up towards the higher end. The power, manifold pressure, is towards the higher end. We could go a bit higher. Yes. This aeroplane tends to become altitude limited really quickly on manifold pressure, so we'll just leave it. It's fine. We do need to keep an eye on the fuel along the way. So we're using the centre tank at the moment. We can see we've already used quite a lot. Should we see how much we can trim it out? So keep an eye on the RPM as we do this. How much can we get away with? A lot, as it turns out. So maybe not the most wonderfully accurately simulated aeroplane ever, hey? So we've almost starved it to death there. Let's give it a little bit more, hey? Cool. So is that autopilot still on? it's just doing a really poor job. So it's trying to get us back to the altitude we wanted. Should we go up to 8,000 feet? Or actually, no, this is probably okay, isn't it? Though there are some hills in front of us. If we program this with an altitude, though, it won't be wandering around so much. So 8,000. In fact, let's go for 7,500, shall we? $500 feet a minute to get there, so that will swoop down when it gets to... Do we have to arm it on this one? Not all of them are implemented fully. We'll see what happens. Is it? Yeah, it's winding it back out. Look, as we get to 7,500, or we're hoping it's going to. Yep, it's doing it. Okay, so we don't have to arm it. It's a kind of a simplified version. Good morning to Dirk. Dirk, is it? Okay, let's have a little look on the map, see where we are. And we've got some airplanes flying along a bit higher above us. Yeah, that's an AI aircraft. Should we go and run Navigraph as well in the background, just to give us a bit of context of where we are. So we can unload out of here, we can do a new flight, and we can paste in exactly the same way as we did previously, the set of coordinates. Done. Which will tell us basically where we're going today, and we can put the map onto a world map. That's a stall. Okay, so we overdid it with the mixture. Going to get control of the aeroplane and fly it myself for a moment to get it trimmed back out, get some speed back. That's interesting. So the RPM didn't drop. No wonder she's staring at me. So what are you doing to this aeroplane? Okay, so we appear to have no aileron trim, which you wouldn't expect really. Did we put the lights on? We didn't, did we? All the P30 might be useful later. There we go. So if anybody does join us, at least they'll be able to see us now. Not that the lights are spectacularly bright on this aeroplane, but it's better than nothing. autopilot is having a bit of a bad day. The trim was out, wasn't it? Which has stalled us. This is interesting to me to see how it corrects itself. So the airspeed's back. What's it doing with vertical speed? Okay, it's stabilised itself, which is good. I'm just going to occupy myself for a moment with another screen alongside myself and go into the Navigraph website so I can call out place names along the way and tell you where we are. So the place we're heading to first along the way is called Rajouri. So I'm going to pull it up in Wikipedia. Rajouri, also Rajouri, otherwise known as Rajouri. City in the Rajouri district of the Jammu division of the Indian Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. It is located 155 kilometers from Srinagar on the Poonch Highway. So it's been around for a very long time, from about the year 1000. So yeah, a lot of these parts of India are very, very old. So a lot of the settlements, I should say. In the 2011 census, Rajouri itself had a population of 37,500 people. 57% of the population are male. Literacy rate 77%. The primary religion is Islam. It's no big surprise. Hinduism is the second largest religion, so 60 versus 34%. Sikhism down to 2.5%. Transport. There is an airport, obviously, that we're heading for. It is amazing, isn't it? Look at that scenery. So just to give you an idea where we are, we're heading in towards Rajouri. Drop down in to the airport fairly soon. Just trundling along. We should see it down here. It's on the delta, isn't it, of the river? So it's down, right down in here. So let's get inside the aeroplane and turn ourselves to the right slightly. So here's the Oh, done it again. Control-Z. So then turn this to 145 degrees maybe. Turn ourselves towards this curve in the river, and we should fly overhead, and then we'll descend down in. So I'm guessing it's an uncontrolled airfield. Yeah. So winds on the ground, 230 degrees, 8 knots. So it's coming in from about here at 8 knots. So we'll come in runway 18. So autopilot off. Head tracking on. And let's go descend and fly along the valley on the way in. You can see the runway down here, look. So we're going to come in this end, but we'll loop around and do a left pattern in. How are we doing for volumes, by the way? I haven't checked yet. So you can hear me over the top of the engine, that's good. Let's go and go into say intentions while we're just descending. And go into intercom. Channel 1 we will put on to be our, actually no, channel 2 disabled. Channel 1 we'll put to be the mentor, and we'll have chance from real sim gear, and channel 2 will have to be the tour guide, and we'll have Sarah. Okay, and minimize that.